Hi there, everybody. Bald&curious here. A while ago, somebody asked me to shoot, like compare my Wilson Combat to a regular gun and try to shoot it at like 100 yards. Problem is my range over here, the owner put up the fence, so shooting at 100 yards with the pistol is kind of screwed up. I can do it on the other, at my other club, but what I'm gonna do is just shoot it at about 10 yards, and I'm gonna completely compare apples to oranges. I'm gonna take the X5 Legion with the dot and compare it to Wilson Combat 1911. They're both gonna be shooting 9mm. They're both gonna be shooting blue bullets, same ammo, just my range ammo. And I have the Acme targets. Let's see what we can do. Now I might be shooting myself in the foot because these are literally the first shots I'm taking today. I haven't shot anything, so let's see how he does. We'll do Wilson Combat on the top. Okay, I have a second camera down there, so I'm gonna try to put a picture in picture, so you guys gonna be able to see before I see how he did. Although I think it is pretty good. Now we're gonna take the X5. Let me get the dot going. We'll put the dot about halfway, and same thing, 5 shots. Okay, now the dot is a lot smaller than the center circle of the target. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overall, about 1.5 inch group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this was my very first shot. I gotta check the footage. I think I pulled that one, but you know, with the dot, considering that you're only putting a dot right here, and that is a lot smaller than this. And what I do with Wilson Combat, I have the gold bead, and basically I put a gold bead over here, so I'm kind of blocking the orange circle with the gold bead. You know, I'd say this is a little tighter group, so this is what you pay. Now, if I go back, I shoot this again, I can probably tighten it up. If I try hard enough, I can probably get them all right here. I've been shooting that X5 for a while. There's no freaking way I'm gonna get tight group like that with that gun. So this is what you're paying big bucks for. Alright, let's give this one more go with the same pistols. Again, Wilson Combat will be first on the top. Five shots. And I can already tell it's a lot tighter group. Let's do X5. So you can already see how much tighter the group is with the Wilson, and you can tell that I had a couple of shots, nice, but I'm still spreading. Keep in mind this is shooting at 10 yards with the optic, iron sights. Alright, so now we're down to just about a 1-inch group, and really this is opened up to about 2 inches. Imagine at 20, at 30, at 40 yards. So I can definitely shoot a Wilson and hit, you know, 1/3 of the full-size target at 100 yards all day long. Okay, now we're gonna throw a curveball in the mix. I'm gonna shoot a Infinity X5, my SVI Infinity in 40. So this is a major power factor. What I'm shooting, it's about almost 170 power factor. This is about 132-ish, and we'll shoot the iron sight Legion. We'll compare those two. So iron sights to iron sights, but a bigger caliber. Let's see. Let's do the Infinity first. I got this this hollow points. I don't know who the hell it makes it, but anyway, that's pretty good. Oh, these are Montana Gold. Pretty good ammo. Okay, 5 shots. Now let's do X5 Legion. So I shot them both just about at the same speed. Here's the Infinity, you know, one flyer, and this was my point of aim right here. This, I might have been pushing the gun a little bit, but I shot them both the same. I mean, this one has a gas pedal, so that helped a little bit. But again, you're looking at 1-inch group, you know, opposed to, you know, close to 2-inch group. And not that this is a bad group for a gun at the rate I was firing. With the different style of sights, you can probably do better. But remember, this has almost the same sights. This has a fiber optic front and fiber optic rear. This is a fiber optic front and a blackout rear. So they're both competition sights. They're not bullseye sights. Unlike Wilson Combat, that actually has a kind of a bullseye sights. But you can see, this is what you're paying for. There's a reason why Infinity, you order, it costs you anywhere from $5,000 to $6,000, and you're waiting for 12 to 15 months to get it. And you can just buy SIG right online. There's a reason between those. This is for all the naysayers. This is what you pay for. Yes, you might get a malfunction here and there and whatnot because the guns are so much tighter, but this is the result you get. And I wasn't even shooting like for a bullseye. I wasn't shooting slow and all that. This was like a medium pace shooting. Alright, so there you have it. This is mostly for all those naysayers that say you don't need a high-end gun, and they sort of right for the day-to-day shooting, and even at the speed at the competition, that Glock to, you know, SIG and whatnot, it's not gonna make that much of a difference. But when you're a good shooter and you get to a certain level, gun does make a difference. Okay, if I go and shoot against just a regular Joe Blow, I can probably beat him with his gun. But if I'm gonna go shoot against a guy that you know it shoots in my abilities, a better gun helps. Unless the guy is obviously a lot better, but better gun does help. It does make a difference at certain levels. So don't get discouraged. It doesn't mean that you can't go and compete with your Glock or PPQ or SIG or whatever. That's what I'm doing. I'm competing with my SIGs this year. As a matter of fact, I'm listing both of these on a Gunbroker soon because I just want to kind of stay away from them and just stick to my SIG. I know if I'm gonna have these, I'm gonna be tempted to go back to these to shoot them. So I'm gonna wind up listing these soon. Not that they are bad guns, but there's also different guns I want to buy, and I can bring a lot of money in and buy a lot of different guns for what I paid for these. So that's one of the reasons. But you know, the main reason is I want to stick to these two guns for the next season. I'm waiting for the Pop to give me his final on a Go pedal that he bought, if it's worth buying it. I mean, it helps him for the indexing. Me, I don't really have that issue. The nitro fin, the gas pedal I have on this, actually helps me to stabilize the gun. I found out it really works. So I'm kind of curious if it's gonna do something for the X5. I might wind up getting it, but other than that, just trying to show you guys that, you know, you get what you paid for, like with everything else. I hope that helped you. As always, have fun, keep shooting.